Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. Today I want to share with you something that kind of goes against the grain of my love of luxury handbags, but is essentially why they exist in some form or other. So thanks to Kim from KK Loves CC for tagging me to share my most practical, useful luxury bags. The tag was originally started by, one moment, my favourites with Maggie. So I will link both of those videos in the description box below. When I say it's kind of not necessarily aligned with my motivation for buying luxury, I don't... Practicality, it's not necessarily my first consideration. And so rarely I'm buying bags for practical purposes. And I've said in a few videos in the past, I will usually, if I need something to be intensely practical, i.e. a suitcase, I'm probably not going to buy a luxury one. Which is why I've got a bit of a issue going on with the Fendi Sunshine Shopper Totes coming out in the middle of June 2022, whenever you watch this video, because they are hugely impractical, but they would be amazing for a beach bag, a pool bag, a carry-on bag on an airplane, just for the look, not for the practicality. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm going to share with you, I've got 4 bags that I think are extremely practical for me and my lifestyle because they are my go-tos. No, I don't. I've got 5 bags that I'm going to share with you that are practical for me and my lifestyle. They are my go-tos. They are bags that I consistently use, and there's some pretty practical reasons why, as well as the fact that they're beautifully designed and decorated and all of that jazz. So enough with the preamble and I'll just start sharing. So I know there's a similar tag happening at the moment around great mum bags, and Amelia Rose did that one. And I'm going to start the same way that she started, but with a different bag. I'm going to start with a tote. Now, my tote, for those of you who are new here, this is not a Gucci tote, it's a Balenciaga tote. This is part of the Balenciaga and Gucci hacker project, but it's based off the Gucci Ophidia tote in the or medium size. Now, I'm led to believe that mine is a little more structured than the actual Gucci one, and after going into the Gucci boutique and seeing a Gucci Ophidia tote, I'd have to agree the one that I saw was a little bit more supple, a little bit more soft, like a Louis Vuitton Neverfull. So I'm glad I picked this one up, not only because of the attitude that it has, the optional attitude, but also because of the structure. Why is this useful for me? I bought this as a fun work tote, so that I could wear it like this on the way to work and then switch in the elevator and, keep things nice and calm and respectful and professional. I wanted it to hold a laptop, which it does. I wanted it to be relatively weatherproof, which it is. It's a coated canvas. It has treated leather handles and trim. The inside of this one is a bit different to the Gucci bag in that it has a silk kind of silky nylon kind of interior instead of like a microfiber interior. It's relatively structured, so I can set it down and it's not going to collapse and spill all of my things. It does not have a zipper, but it does have this magnetic clasp, which I rarely use. I think we're lucky here in Australia that we've got pretty good safety on our public transport systems, where you're not worried about people reaching into your bag and pinching things out. The other things that's practical about this is that I got an organiser from Zoomoni, and here's the mess that's inside my bag at the moment. Zoomoni offered me an organiser to review. I reviewed it on a video when I talked about work bags, and honestly, I just can't be bothered changing out of this anymore. It's overtaken my Neverfull MM. It's overtaken my Chanel GST. I love it. It is so practical and handy. The strap drop is slightly longer, and the shape of the straps, they're slightly thicker than the Neverfull, and so to wear it over your shoulder means it doesn't dig into your shoulder, and it's really comfortable to hold in your hand even when it is heavy or in the crook of your arm. So that's my number one most practical bag. I don't know if you can get hold of this anymore, but obviously the next best option is the Gucci Ophidia, in my opinion anyway. Okay, my next most practical bag, the bag that I just throw on and head to the shops. If my husband, bless him, he wakes up, he wants to eat straight away. He's like, let's go for breakfast. And I'm like, oh God, do we have to? And it's literally a wash your face, brush your teeth, throw your hair up, put on some big sunglasses, and grab an easy bag to put the car key, your phone, and a lipstick in. And this is the one that I grab 9 times out of 10. It's not a bag, technically. It's my Chanel wallet on chain. This is the golden class. It has that 3-dimensional clasp. It has a really fine caviar. I bought it about, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago. This baby has been used. You can see that there is indentation here from this top zipper. You can see that the metal is kind of wearing away. You can see there's no real scuffs on the corners, but they are worn, like they're really shiny and worn. I have used leather conditioner on this one a bunch of times. It's got a beautiful chain. It's like jewelry. This bag is just so simple. It comes with me on pretty much every trip that I do, particularly work trips where I will take a tote, for example, and I'll need a bag for going out at night time, popping to the shops, not wanting to take a tote bag around with me. So I always slip this one into my tote, and I can carry it as a clutch, I can carry it as a crossbody, I can wear it when I'm walking through the airport to have easy access to my phone. It's just, you know, and to look a little bit finished, I suppose. I think when I bought this one, the price between this and the mini rectangular was pretty far apart, and so this was kind of my first foray into buying Chanel after my first Chanel purchase, which was a lot cheaper. I went ahead and bought the classic Chanel wallet on chain in the beige from 21K. This is a beautiful beige. I've rarely used this bag. I have to force myself to. I've probably picked it up twice. I keep going back to this one all the time. So, you know, this is beautiful. It's got silver hardware as well. It has the magnetic closure. I don't think it works nearly as well as this golden class closure. It looks bigger, but actually the caviar is a lot thicker than this one. See how the difference? Like this one's so meaty and this one's really refined. So not all woks are the same, I guess, is my point with sharing that. Okay, so the next bag that I would say is one of my most practical, useful bags is this little Louis Vuitton favourite, a discontinued model now, but I think the thing probably closest to it would be the multi-pochette accessoire, for a few reasons. The size of the pouch. So this bag looks pretty simple, and I travelled all over Europe in 2018. I went to France, I went to Spain, I went to London looking for this bag. Nobody had it. I came home, I went to my local Louis Vuitton in Brisbane and said, can you believe I travelled all around Europe and I couldn't find these basic Louis Vuitton bags, as in basic models? And they're like, we happen to have one. So I bought it. And that was just before it was discontinued. So this is the favourite MM, discontinued, but you can see them on the pre-loved market quite a lot. Obviously, it's got the fabulous, well-known Louis Vuitton monogram canvas. It's got a magnetic closure. A lot of people complain about this. I think it's perfectly secure, especially for a bag that you primarily wear crossbody. I adjusted my bag, so it does come with a vachetta strap, but I bought another strap from Louis Vuitton. This one's about 120 centimetres, so I can wear it crossbody very comfortably. The other one was very short, and it kind of, you know, was like Cassie's left titty flex, which I'm not going to do because that would look more like me trying to carry my bag with my boob. It has this gold chain that is removable on one end, so you can actually make it into a wristlet if you want, like that. Remove the vachetta chain and just carry it as a wristlet clutch. You can carry it as a clutch. You can remove the vachetta strap, and you can just use the gold strap and carry it as a little evening bag. So the multi-pochette accessoire kind of gives you all these options as well. Inside, it is just fabric with one slip pocket at the back. That's it. And it is so light. Again, another awesome bag to travel with. I call it my bag bushka when I'm traveling. I use this one because of how robust the coated canvas is to store my Chanel inside of, and so I can take 2 bags for the space of one, which is, you know, to me an awesome option. Now, the only thing that happens with this bag is if it rains, it can be a bit scary when you've got a vachetta strap. That's why the removable strap is great. I just take it off, I pop it inside of my bag, and I carry the bag as a clutch or with the little chain, and then I'm protecting the leather. But to be quite honest, if something happened to this strap, I'd just buy another one, because, or, you know, try and even out the patina, because I think the bag itself, like, it's just flawless, and it is so functional. So a lot of people ask me how I find it and if it's worth it, because I think on the resale market here in Australia, they're kind of going for around $1,700-$1,800 for a full set, and I think retail it was about $1,400 when I bought it. Super cheap compared to what we're paying for bags now, but yeah, love this. Super practical, super useful, super functional. Okay, despite the fact that I'm wearing my winter woolies most of the time here, it's beautiful, warm summer weather. So the next bag that I'm sharing with you as a useful, practical bag for me relates to my climate and my lifestyle and what I like to wear. And it's my Gucci Glazed Wicker Linea Castino bag. This was an absolute find. You've probably heard all about it. I'm probably triggering you right now if you're looking for this bag and you can't find it, because I know so many of you are. Why is this useful and practical? Well, I can carry it as a clutch. This is a neutral in summer. It just goes with everything. It is unbelievably easy to pair. Anything I pick up, I can pair this bag with it, which is just unbelievable. It's a cassette style bag, so it doesn't have a lot of storage space, but it fits all your essentials, which is perfect because it's summertime, right? You don't want to be carrying around your kitchen sink. You can open it up and get easier access to bits and pieces. I've done a heap of videos on this bag, so I won't go into too much detail. But inside the organisation is a slip pocket that fits a plus-sized iPhone inside of it, so it is, you know, pretty useful. And it's kind of a like a waterproof, I guess, kind of floral fabric lining the bag. So I think it's glued, or it's stitched and glued to the actual wicker itself. So it would have to be some kind of decent fabric to, you know, be hardy enough not to get damaged in that process. It has a great significant magnetic closure, which always gives you this satisfying click when it closes. Let me just do that for you. It's fabulous. It's got this leather break in the strap so that you can wear this bag crossbody and on the shoulder. It always looks fabulous, and like it's a go-to if you only had one summer bag, like for days and dinners and shopping and holidays. Like, this would be it. It's a magic bag. Okay, the final, most practical, useful, functional, versatile bag that I have has got to be the Fendi Mini Peekaboo. For so many reasons. I've done a bazillion videos on this, so I'm going to keep it brief. At first glance, and on YouTube particularly, these bags, they don't show up well on video or Instagram posts, I don't think, as well as they actually should. Because when you get to see them, feel them in real life, you can see the quality. They are just substantial, they're well made, they're beautiful, they're modern classics. They've only been around for like 12 or 13 years. So, you know, compared to a Chanel Classic Flap around 67 years at the moment, like, give them a break. They will get there. And for all of these reasons, this bag, I've got my Fendi wrappy on it at the moment because I just filmed a video on that, and to put it on and make it look good was hard enough, let alone take it off, so it's going to stay on for a little while. The size of it, this is the mini Peekaboo, okay? So if you look at the size of my hand, you get a sense of how big it is. This bag is made in the Selleria style, so it kind of has this hand-stitched finished, but you can get it in very smooth leathers as well. The difference is they just don't tend to have feet, whereas this one does. A lot of the time the insides have a contrast, which is really fun. Let's go into the practical reasons. First of all, the strap that it comes with has something like 12 adjustments. So it's a very size inclusive strap that you can wear on the shoulder or crossbody, and it's finished in exactly the same way as the bag is. Fendi Peekaboos also come with a little raincoat. Now, mine's been screwed up in my bag, but they come with a little raincoat, so if you're out and about and it starts to sprinkle and you don't want to ruin your leather bag, you can pop the little raincoat on. Inside of the bag, there is not really any organisation except for the centre piece, which kind of adds the structure to the bag. There is a tiny slip pocket on one side and a zipper pocket on the other side, but really, we're not using those. So there's heaps of space to store things. This bag has the ability to be closed on one side or both sides. You can have the little side sangles open, or you can have them closed. So you can get a really casual, chic look, or you can get a very buttoned up, formal look. You can top handle this bag, which makes it look very prim and proper and beautiful as well. You can make this bag a little more streetwear. If you have seen my recent Fendi collection video, which I will link somewhere here, you can buy straps from Fendi, the most comfortable adjustable guitar straps. I can put this strap on my black Peekaboo and change the whole look of it. And like, it's just one of the really fun things that Fendi offers. These straps do not come cheap though. They're around $1,500, so choose wisely. The other thing that you can do to customise your Fendi bag is to add a defender, particularly for the mini Fendi Peekaboos. This defender is the Zooka print defender. It has a luggage tag on and the little medallion. These defenders just go straight over the bag. And then you feed those little sangles through the defender to keep it on nice and tightly. And then you've got a whole nother look. So to me, this has to be the most practical, functional, versatile bag for me. If I'm picking one bag to take somewhere, like I did on my holiday to Tasmania last year, I took my Peekaboo, I took the defender, I took both the straps in addition to the strap that it came with, and I had a bag for all occasions. The reality is though, I'm never going to just take one bag. I'm always going to take more than one. And so then, I can take this one as well. That's no room at all. And I've got two bags. I've got my Chanel walk inside of here and this one. And I've got three totally different looks. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's good to sit down and think about the bags that you just go for, because they make life easy, because a lot of my bags don't make life easy, but I love them anyway. So tell me, what is your most useful, practical, functional bag? Think about outside of, lugging a whole bunch of stuff around. Like, what are some of the little secret pieces that we should know about? Let us know in the comments, because I'm always interested to see how people experience different bags and why they find them really useful and user-friendly, because, for me, that's kind of in the bonus box when I'm purchasing a luxury handbag. So the more info I have, the better. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. So I will see you in my next one. Bye.